As time moves forward, the universe grows smaller and smaller. Oceans become lakes and cities a dot on a map. Borders are fences and countries are neighbors. Planets are vacation getaways. After a couple drinks, my father would say, the world has gotten too small, and there's no room left in it for me. As a child, this idea seemed absurd. The world felt too big to even comprehend, filled with the unknown. But now, trapped inside this cargo ship, and watching the stars pass by the portholes, things are starting to feel real small. Man, I hate space.
How could I know that murder can sometimes smell like honeysuckle?
I've seen some fishy things in my time. Someone bringing their own coffin is a first.
Coffin?
Yes, that large coffin-shaped box behind you.
Oh, that. That's the charging station for my, get up here. It's kind of a long story.
Well, brevity is king around here, Tin Man.
Basically, I was in an accident a few years back. Really, gummed up the works inside. Now I need the suit to survive. Well, the suit needs power, and I need the suit. So, hence the coffin.
Think from a life story, kid. How about we stop wasting each other's time? I'll haul my sorry self and your belongings to your new apartment. Well, new for you at least. Minus a stain or two.
Yeah, thanks, you're a real mensch. Welcome to Space Station 52.
Hey, thanks so much for joining me. Just as a heads up, this is a blind playthrough. I am just playing as I see it, not following any guides. So if you're hoping that this is going to be more of a walkthrough, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And it is a puzzle game, and I'm sure this is going to show you guys just how silly I am.
His outfit says sheriff, but his expression says smug.
Thank you.
You must be Mr. Edward Locke, the new repairman, correct?
A mechanical engineer, actually.
Well, here on 52 we wear a lot of hats, down to a skeleton crew, so don't go rattling bones.
Don't you bother about me. I'll do my job.
Well, that's good to hear, because I have a job for you. My friend over there is having some trouble with his equipment. Why don't you see what you can do? Actually, I have a bigger job for you, but finish up helping my friend first.
Your friend, my favor? Why not? He's a salvage worker. Looks like he knows what he's doing. Hey, heard you were having some trouble.
The blasted portable smelter isn't working. Just want to finish this job so I can get off this geezer heap.
Yeah, I can, relate. But maybe I can help you out.
Doubt you'll get far without some tools.
Not wrong about that. My toolbox should be on the pier with the rest of my belongings. A portable smelter device of some kind. Looks to be in need of some repairs. Presumably some salvage from the lake here.
This must be the toolbox that he was talking about.
Trusty old tools. Now let's see what we have here.
You're a killer of a repairman. You got it working.
Yeah, no sweat.
Now I can finish up my job and split this joint. It's not much, but here's a token for the trouble.
All right, job's done.
Good news. It's nice to have a repairman around with the last one up and disappearing on us. Now I'll have a moisture recycler with your name on it.
Well, aren't I the lucky repairman? I can't imagine why the last guy would leave such a welcoming place.
I like you. It's gonna take a boat ride, and I don't do water.
Well, I don't fancy myself much of a swimmer.
Yeah, I'll bet you sink like a stone with that gob. I'll fetch the old Inca clanker, the dockmaster. He'll give you a ride.
Does he not do water because he's a gremlin and gremlins can't get wet? Chapter 1, Capsized Capo.
I watched the dockmaster and his boat disappear into the fog haunting the lake. He said he'd be back in an hour. Somehow I doubt it. The artificial sunlight peeked over the rock face. Beautiful. Even if it is bogus. A small boat landing minus the boat. I love being stranded in a place I've never been before.
Sarcasm.
Beautiful blue water. Just below the surface, you could witness all manner of life busy about their day. The smell of the fresh water was incredible, even through the helmet. Part of 52's water filtration and renewal system.
Moxie added. Moxie?
Atmosphere. Famous for their terraforming and artificial life. The space station was one of the first to adopt their system. Weather, a night and day cycle, plants, animals, the works.
Solar panel.
The solar panel appears a bit old and is covered in detritus, but still looks in working order. Strange. Why would someone just leave it lying about? I don't know what's in this thing, but unfortunately the barrel's just too heavy to move by myself. Looks like the moisture recycler the sheriff was talking about. I'll have to utilize the access panel to see what's clogging up the works.
Can't until I move the barrel. I can't move the barrel by myself.
I could tie this into something.
This?
An old excavator bot. It's been sitting here for a spell, but these things are made to survive. Some spare parts are ditched here, rusted and cracking from being exposed to the weather. Probably not functional. Some forgotten bones of a local creature. Let's hope I don't end up like him. An old excavator bot. It's been sitting here for a spell, but these things are made to survive. An old excavator bot. It's been sitting. An old excavator bot.
Okay, stop. Stop. Just kidding.
Some spare. An old excavator bot. It's been sitting here for a spell, but I don't know what's in this thing, but unfortunately the barrel's just too heavy to move by. The barrel is obstructing the access panel. I gotta figure out a way to move it. An old excavator. An old excavator battery looks like a boxer after 12 rounds, but hopefully still has some fight left in it. I gotta power up the battery before I can operate the bot.
Oh, well, don't we have a battery or a solar panel? But I need to clean off the solar panel. Okay.
So fresh and so clean.
I was either going to do it here or I was going to do it down here, but it seemed like we could get closer here. But now can I put the solar panel? And now it's ready for charging. Well, over here, there was that spot where he made the comment about the sun rays. Like this.
Let's see how this goes. Some of the cells are damaged, but should provide some power now. The battery only has enough charge to power up one module at a time. Well, let's get ready to rumble.
Oh, okay. Head, torso. Arm. Right arm.
Yeah, I think I'm working backward. I could tie this into something. Look at that. It actually worked. Well, the cable's down, but now it's good and stuck.
Oh, so do I have to raise it up? So.
Took some doing, but I got it.
Oh, I see. I know what I can do.
I need to move the arm into place first.
Yeah, okay.
dials moved, time to break out the old tools and get to work. Now let's see what we got. They installed an anti-tampering device. Unfortunately, I don't have the key to unlock it. If I remember correctly, I can bypass it by turning the dials so the squares and triangles are opposite each other on all 4 sides of all 4 dials. The top left dial appears to already be in the correct position.
Isn't it correct? Okay, so square, triangle, triangle, square, triangle, square. Oh, but it's gotta match. No. Right? Done. Made from strings and bites you. And a clandestine caper. Of malicious mysteries. And murder most monstrous. That's life. Whichever way you turn, fate sticks out a foot to trip you. The Tour, 1945. Chapter 2, Fathomless Grave.
Cold. The first thing I felt when consciousness pierced the darkness. Waking up in a morgue has to be one of the more surreal moments in my life. Felt like some undead monster in a horror movie, back from the grave.
Hey, look at that. Rise and shine. Sheriff said you need to see the doc immediately when you wake up. He doesn't want any more bodies to pile up today.
I have a lot of questions.
And it breaks my sweet little heart that I can't answer them. So go, see the doc, and then find someone who cares. Would you do that for me? The door's behind you.
What's with these people? Oh, my head. Great. Now I'm seeing things. Maybe I should see the doc.
Please step onto the scanner to begin your examination.
I guess he's not much for bedside manner, huh?
Engaging bedside manner protocol. Did you hear the news? A group of prisoners hijacked a prison bus and crashed it into a cement truck. The police said to be on the lookout for hardened criminals. Ha ha, ha ha.
Wow. That just happened.
Scanner failure. No living organic material was detected.
Suit must be interfering with the scanner again. I had trouble with this in the past. An earthquake on a space station? That seems a bit odd to say the least. The quake must have broken the dock, and who knows what else. I should check on the dock before I leave. Oh, a dangerous object to shove into my pockets. The first aid kit is locked up tight. Just a simple lock, though. Might be able to pick it. The blade's too wide to fit in the keyhole. Doesn't look too bad, just a couple blown fuses. I'll need to find some replacements. This may just be the strangest thing I've seen so far.
UDDLRMRBA.
Doc is still under the weather, it seems.
Glad to see you woke up. It saves us the time of digging 2 graves. Just kidding. We inject bodies into the vast cloud emptiness of space.
Heartwarming.
Suspect, the sheriff.
Your deputy wasn't very forthcoming. What exactly happened to me?
Seems you discovered the body of Oakley Baxter and then fainted. The doc must have found you both just lying there. Actually, Oakley was the man you were sent to replace.
How did he die?
Looks like a simple accident. Oakley has been dead for days. So no worries. You're off the hook.
Accident? So he fell into the machine, died, and then sealed himself inside.
Look, new guy. Things are done a certain way around here. Didn't I say not to rattle bones?
It just makes no sense.
We're not going to discuss this further. You'll need a clean bill of health signed off by the doc if you want to leave.
Did you feel that earthquake? Isn't that a bit unusual for a space station?
Well, that brings up another problem. Did you feel that earthquake? Isn't that a bit unusual for a space station?
Just the station settling.
Settling? The same space station that's been around for over 100 years?
Settling? The same space station that's been around for over 100 years?
You'll learn how things work around here, new guy.
Looks like the quake broke the dock.
Looks like the quake broke the dock.
Well, fix it. Isn't that your job?
I see my tools are behind you. Should have a couple spare fuses.
Sorry, have to hold on to those. Part of a crime scene and all.
I thought it was an accident.
Rattling bones? I suppose it would be alright if you had just a couple fuses.
Guess I'll be going.
See you around.
An accident? Who is he kidding? If he's not gonna look into this murder, then I will. The lunchbox has something rattling around inside of it. I should take a closer look. Also appears I ripped the cushion fabric when I picked it up. The spring is still attached pretty good. I need something to cut it free. A scalpel isn't designed to cut through steel. I'll have to try something else. A single rubber glove. Doubt anyone will miss this.
Is that a nurse bot right there?
She looks pretty preoccupied. Some resident evildoer has left their biohazard containers here. A big bag of medical waste in the lobby. Wonderful.
I don't know what Moxie is.
Doesn't look too bad, just a couple blown fuses. I'll need to find some replacements. Alright, just turn your head and cough. I need to match the colors of the wheels on the right to the fuse boxes on the left.
it? Guess not.
The fuse looks blown. I should replace it.
Which is yellow and was no green. Wait, there was green. There.
And that's the last one. Back up and running. No point. The scanner doesn't work with the suit. Well, I have no interest in climbing up there myself, but I could place an item up there if I wanted the doc to interact with it. This may just be the strangest thing.
What would I want him to interact with? Maybe this guy. Oh. Guess that would make sense.
Maybe you come from another dimension.
I guess not.
Maybe that idea is just a bug. This may just be the...
Get a note from the doc and you can get out of here.
The plaque under the sculpture reads DNA by Mona Moonbeam. I simply don't understand modern art. There's only one name on the sign-in sheet. Charlie G. McLehany. It's dated nearly 2 months ago. The label reads Somnunium. Take 1 pill before bed. They're prescribed to Oakley Baxter. He's certainly not having trouble sleeping now.
Yeah.
Unless your name is Oakley Baxter, those aren't for you.
I'll need to find a way to distract her if I want to get my hands on the bottle. Sadly, Oakley won't be needing them. Just a standard electrical outlet you'd find on the space station. It would be just terrible if something were to happen with electricity and mess up the nurse's show. An old sweet soft PC. You don't see the smile anymore. Never was a fan myself.
I have a sudden nightmare.
Hopefully she won't notice these are missing.
Get a note from...
I've noticed there's been symbols around here. There was one at the water treatment plant as well. Oh, what else I'm supposed to be? You want game? I don't know. The morgue.
Vents are keeping it quite cold in here. Maybe the worst place I... Jar with a heart in it, frozen solid. I'm not sure if this makes me Frankenstein or his monster. The label reads caution, dangerous acid. Now, what could go wrong carrying this around? At least it's corked tight. Various beakers and vials. Not sure I want to know why they have these. Morgue lockers of various shapes and sizes to support all the different species that would frequent the space station, I imagine. That must be the body I found before my, little nap.
Hey, who do you think you are? That's not for you.
I'll have to find a way to deal with Deputy Knucklehead over there if I want to examine the body. For now, I'm just whistling Dixie. Laser bone saw. Battery's almost dead. Let's just pretend like you didn't ask me to do that.
Not that big of a deal.
Well, that's done it. But the bone saw's out of juice. It's been pillaged of most of its supplies, but a couple items are left.
Since I have that frozen heart, will it know?
No point.
Medical tape. Oh, wait. Sleeping pills. Can I give this guy the sleeping pills? I didn't see a cup or anything to slip it into.
Deputy Knucklehead. I don't think talking's gonna get me anywhere with this guy. Vents are keeping... I am having the weirdest day. No point.
I can make a sleeping gas this way, but I should make it in the same room as the dead. Sense.
Let's hope I don't get caught doing this. This is so illegal.
We knocked out the poor rodent, too. I'm so sorry, little
Looks like
rodent.
the sleeping gas was just too much for this little guy. He's cold but not frozen. Really gonna need to clean this jacket. My dad dragged me to more than a few crime scenes when I was a kid. It's making this whole thing oddly familiar. According to the medical examiner's report, this is Oakley Baxter, mechanical engineer. I was sent to replace this guy. I guess he didn't just disappear as they thought. The report states he died from blunt force trauma and brain hemorrhaging. It says the key was inserted into his head wound once rendered unconscious, and causing further brain damage. His other wounds were all caused post-mortem, likely by the machine he was shoved into. No fingerprints or DNA were found at the scene. I should see what else I can find. Ticket book. Technically, enforcing violations isn't part of the job, but he seems to have taken it on himself to keep things in check. Only one page left in the book. Must have taken it seriously. The key that was placed into his wound. You never see keys like this anymore. Must be decades old. Oakley's head wound. He was hit hard and precise enough to crack open his skull. The bruising looks pretty precise, like they were able to open the skull in only a couple shots.
Okay, so the rodent, right?
No point.
Organic material detected. No heartbeat registered. Dangerously low temperature identified. Initiating emergency thermal procedure. Initiating emergency shock resuscitation procedure. Error. Insufficient power. Battery damaged. New battery ordered. Arriving in 2 to 3 weeks.
At least I can get rid of my frozen friend now.
Engaging bedside manner protocol. I tried to get a reservation at the library, but they were all booked up. Ha ha. Ha ha.
I have no words.
Me neither.
All thawed out.
Organic material detected. No heartbeat registered. Error. Battery damaged. Cannot proceed with resuscitation procedure. Engaging bedside manner protocol. What did the fish say when it ran into the concrete wall? Damn. Ha ha. Ha ha.
Alright, that was actually pretty good. I'm gonna need the heart to have a beat. How in the world am I gonna do that?
Oh, crap. A rotten potato. Potato looks way past its expiration date. Reminds me of those old musty potatoes we used in science class. How are those? Didn't.
No point.
Organic material detected. Heartbeat detected. The subject is within acceptable physical parameters. Your health status has been updated. You may return back to work. Have a good day, and please take your doctor's note.
And that actually worked. I don't believe that man has ever been to medical school. I should get permission from
Get a note from the doc and you can get out of here. If the doc says you're good to go, then you're good to leave.
The rain fell right on cue as I stepped out of the doctor's office. A few minutes later, lost, I wandered into some forgotten alley. Just as I was ready to give up and turn back, a figure appeared in the fog. Like an apparition calling to me, I followed it into the mist. As the haze cleared, I found myself standing in front of the old local museum. Propelled forward, I stepped through the doors.
Sister, I've known some pretty hard cases in my time. You make them all look like putty. The narrow margin. Chapter 3, Antiquity Stranded. And we will continue this in the next video. Thanks so much for keeping me company.
I followed the dark and enticing figure to the local museum. Its neglect over the preceding years hadn't tarnished its prevailing beauty. I fretted the gentle rapping of the rain on the roof was deriving a false sense of security. Perhaps it was my sense of duty or an innate stubbornness, but I had no inclination of turning back.